Yeah, good evening, guys. I am back again today for another time. I just finished with the Zoom meeting. Yeah, sorry guys. Just finished with the Zoom meeting now, and I'm back again here. I know it has been a very tough day for every one of us. Quickly, let me see if I can be able to share this. Just press your share button right now. Let's deal with issues on ground. Press the share button. Thank you guys for always being there. You guys have been wonderful. You've actually shown a lot of support for this movement that we are just building right away. And I'm so pleased with the way and manner we are going as a people. I want to say a big thank you to every one of you who is supporting us in this very particular struggle. It has not been easy, but we know with unity, with unitedness, we, the Nigerian youth, we can make a great difference if we come together as one indivisible entity. That's one thing I want to say. If we come together, we can make a great difference as one indivisible entity. So let us not give up. Let us not surrender. Let us not look at what people are saying. Let us just continue to push for a better Nigeria. Please press the share button while I share on my side here, and let's start this wonderful discussion today. We all know what happened yesterday. It was a very sad day in Nigeria yesterday when the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria came out with his broker that we waited for 3 weeks, and the end result of that broadcast was just mere, threat upon threat upon threat upon threat. And that has given birth to what we are now seeing today. We need to have, not just a united, front as youth all over Nigeria, particularly the youth of the South extraction, which are the Igbos, the Hausas, and the Niger Deltans, which comprise of the Edos, the Asians, the Afemans, and the Irobos, and every other one that is within the South, to put our might together and fight for a common cause and a common just for us as a people. Because people are saying it is not possible. But I'm going to make it very clear in this broadcast that it is 100% possible that we can actually unite. It is possible for us to unite. Don't let anyone deceive you that it is not possible. Unity of Nigeria is possible. If we, the South, listen, every nation you go to, whereby there are different, ethnicity, different understanding, these people are united. It is unity that makes any nation to work, not about division. Okay? I don't believe in the division of the country called Nigeria. Let me give you an example of Southern Sudan. Today, the Southern Sudan and the Sudan, they are still not at peace. Go to Eritrea today, after the breakaway of the Eritrea from the Ethiopians, they are still not at peace. Go to the former USSR, go to Yugoslavia, go talk about the Czech Republic, and all those others that came out of this country. They are still not at peace. But in unity of understanding, in unity of purpose, you can be able to break the shackles of oppression. That is what I am advocating for, a united Southern Nigeria. In unity, one will speak in one voice. If they are Feniferes, the Igbos, the Niger Delta forums, we decide to speak in one voice in a conference, not division of that we have today. We'll speak as one entity. We'll be able to make good with so very many things that we are not getting today as a people. Do you know that when there was the creation of states in Nigeria by the military, every local government in the South, we are fighting for a state. Everybody goes to Abuja on their own to request for a state to be created in their domain. There was no unity of purpose among the leaders of the Southern Nigeria. Before 1914, we have the South and the Northern Protectorate. Okay? Before 1914, before the amalgamation of Nigeria, we have the Northern and the Southern Protectorate. We did not have the Northern Protectorate, the Southwest, or the Southeast, or the Midwest. There were only just two protectorates that was existing as at that time. The Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate. The white people, before they created what they call Nigeria, ruled the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Benins, the Afemas, the Ibibios, the Ikweres, the Ijos, the Shekiris. They ruled us as one entity. For many years, Benin was conquered in 1897. Before them, other parts, of the South have been conquered by these people. I think Benin was the last to be conquered by the British. They see all of us as one entity. There was no division among us. Why? Because they knew that we are not divided. But they saw the intellectuality in us. And they knew if they allowed this South to be united, they would not be able to control us anymore. In 1956, no, in 1953 or 1956, I don't know anymore, Chief Anthony Naro asked for the independence, 1953, so that Nigeria can have independence in 1956. The entire southern part of Nigeria agreed to it, but they not refused the acceptance of an independence. They said they were not ready for it. We must understand this right now. In 1959, the North decided that they are ready to have independence. And the Europeans, who are the British people, decided to give their power to the North because they were academically backward, they were economically backward, they were socially backward. So they have nothing compared to the intellectual South, and they decided to give power to them. And in order for them to do that, they need to break the entire South into pieces. They created this platform of divide and rule system in the South. Whereby they just said the man in the East, it should be called Southeast. The man in the West should be called Southwest. Why do we not have Northeast and Northwest from the beginning? If that had happened, brother and sister, I'm telling you, we will not be where we are today. The power would have resided in the North. They even took the middle belt of Nigeria and added them to the northern part, just to give the North an advantage over the South. How can a Benue man, how can a Plateau man, how can a Nazareth man be called a Northerner? Guys, you need to wake up right now. If we want to develop Nigeria, the South is, the ball is in our court. The ball is in our court. It is our decision if Nigeria is going to move forward or not. Not in the hands of the Northerners. It is in the hands of we, the Southerners. Until we wake up from our slumber, until we wake up from our greediness, until we wake up from our pride. I said, no, enough is enough. We need listen, our father have deceived us long with this story of disunity in the South. Do you know that the Northerners did not have so much worry, so much pains than we in the South? Do you know that there are some tribes in the North today that have been disseminated, that it looks as if they don't exist? But when it comes to issues of Northern unity, they speak in one voice. In one voice. During the last election, Kaduna State, that is 50-50, they are Christians, yet they voted for the choice of the North, not the choice of the South. Because of them, the Northern region is first before Christianity. The Northern Protectorate is the identity. We were ruled by the white people for over 30 years as one indivisible South. They broke us up because they wanted to divide and weaken our power because of our intellectuality. And some of us is still accepting that is the best way to go. I feel pitied when I hear people still talking in that direction. Thank God that Kano have retraced his step right now. And I want to encourage everyone who are agitating to retrace that step. Let's have a united South. Edo will be a better place. Lagos will be a better place. Oyo will be a better place. Ondo will be a better place. Every state in the South will become a better place. That is the solution. Nothing more. Without a united South, bros, forget it. We go nowhere. A house divided against itself cannot stand. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Cure ed. Finito. They can't stand. We are divided for no reason, and we cannot stand. People don't understand history. The mistake of our forefathers want to make the same mistake again. All because we just want to show people that we have what it takes. No. Recognition lies in unity. We can do more when we are united than when we are divided. With what you saw in Lagos is a pointer that they mean business. Do you know what they did? Immediately, they committed that crime. They went and tell the Yorubas, oh, it is the Igbos that were destroying the Yoruba land. Oh, it is the Igbos that went and vandalized the palace of the Oba of Lagos. Oh, it is the Igbos that did the shooting at Lekki Toll Gate. Oh, it is the Igbos that did this. Oh, it is the Igbos that did that. They infused tribal sentiment into the South, and we bought it. Do you know how many tribes are in the North? Do you know how many tribes are in the northern Nigeria? Do you know how many tribes, I repeat, are in the north of Nigeria? These guys, they know how to play divide and rule system. Let me also shock you a little bit. Do you know why they not practice the direct rule and the South practice the indirect rule? Because before the coming of the white man, they not be operating on the feudal system, which Nigeria is still operating today. The feudal system of government. Why the South was Republican in nature. So you see, we have been working the same way. The South have been democratic from the beginning. Despite they have these different ways, but we have been Republicans. We have been democratic from the beginning. So when they came in, they operated the direct rule because they know we understood how governance was already working. But when they found that these people were so daft, that the only way they can rule them is through their emirs, through their kings. They introduced the indirect rule, making their king to be supreme. This is where the likes of Sudan Sokoto, the emir of Kanu, and every other one has control over the northern states today. It was what was given to them by the British. So, brother and sister, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by anyone that will say a united Nigeria, in the united southern Nigeria is impossible. It is possible. When we fight for united southern Nigeria, then we cannot fight for a regional system of government. Where the Igbos, we have their voice. Where the Hausas, the Niger Deltas, we have their voice. Where the Yorubas, we have their voice. Where the thieves, we have their voice. Where the Hausas themselves, we have their voice. Where the Fulanis, we have their voice. Every tribe in the north will have their voice. That is the kind of Nigeria that we can move forward as a progressive. That is what we need to think of. The North are united. We also need a united South so that the nation Nigeria can move forward. A divided South with a united North will not make the country to move forward. There will be no competition as we have today. In Nigeria, there is no competition. The decision of who become who resides in the North. So therefore, the North doesn't care. That is why they are the most uneducated. They have the highest number of school dropouts. Every form of social device that is not okay with the society, it resides in the North. Because the leaders don't care. Why? Because the South is not united. Therefore, the South cannot be able to force them to do the right thing. I'm speaking to my Northern brothers today. You guys need to wake up. We the South are fighting for your freedom. You are under oppression. Leave religion out of it. Check it very well. The same group of people have been ruling you from the beginning. All you do is to fetch water, is to help them to look after their cows, is to help them to clean their shoes. They take you as gate men. They can take you, as cleaners. All these odd jobs are the things that these men, these people that have held you hostage, give to you. Why they send their children to Europe to study so that they can come back and become your leaders. So the leadership is now being transcended from family to family, from generation to generation, within the same cycle. Go check in the history of the North. You hear the same people. The same people. The same people ruling from the beginning. That is the same idea. They know it is impossible in the South. Because the British never wanted Nigeria to progress. When the British formed Nigeria, is a company. Nigeria is a company. Nigeria, the North and the South Protectorate, they were business empires of the British. It was they joined the two together for administrative purpose, so they can reduce the rate, the amount they spend on controlling two different entities within a specific location. That was what gave birth to that Nigeria area that you have today, which was given to Nigeria by the girlfriend of Florence Lugard. So you understand that the idea of Nigeria from the onset is nothing for business purpose. So their plan of handing over power to the North is because they never wanted Nigeria to develop. It's because they never wanted Nigeria to get to the level that they expect us to be. And the only people that can take Nigeria there are the Southern Nigerians. Because we are articulate, we are intelligent, we're smart, we're innovative. So they break the North. They break the South. They gave us the East. They gave us the West. But they allowed the North to remain the same. United. Without no cause for alarm. And many of us today, we are happy in that division that was given to us by these people. Many of us today, we are still saying, I'm a Southeasterner. I'm a Southwesterner. Who gave you the name Southeasterner, Southwesterner? Was it your grandfather? Was it your grandmother? Was it your ancestor that called you the Southeast or Southwest? That name was given to you by the British people. That is a clear definition that the idea is to create a divide and rule system on the South that was intellectually mobile. Do you also know, in the 14th century, the Oba of Benin, one of the Oba of Benin, could read and write and speak the language? Do you also know, around the 16th century, one of the Oba of Benin actually went to Portugal to study, to school? Do you also know, in the early days, I'm talking about the Benin because that's my history. One of the Oba of Benin also drove a ship as a captain of a ship. They understood our intellectual capability. They knew if we allow people to lead this country, then we are doomed. They will take over the world from us. Because even when the Portuguese first came to Benin in the 14th century, they said the city of Benin was more organized than the city in London. As at that time, there was no electricity, but yet the entire street of Benin was lit up with what we call lantern today. They knew we were innovative. So what would they have to do? Is to break us into pieces, so that we can never be able to unite. And when we don't have unity, then progress will become inevitable. When there is no unity, then progress will become impossible. Knowing fully well that the North are not smart, are not educated, so they will never think of progress. Rather, they will think more of religion. So they gave them power. That is why you see a Northerner will tell you, I don't care whether Nigeria burns or not. I want an Hausa man as president. I bet if he even does not do anything for us, just for him to be an Hausa man, let him remain there. That was what the British wanted. And they got that from us. Today, we are not shouting of Biafra. Today, we are not shouting of Ododuwa. Today, we are not shouting of Niger Delta. Do you also know that in the North, Obasanjo came to equate, to balance the equation? He created the Northeast, the Northwest, and the North Central geopolitical zone. Do you know that the Northern state they don't follow that geographical division that was created by Olusegun Obasanjo in 1999? Anytime they speak as Northern Forum. Go to the North. You have Northern Governors Forum. Northern Governor Forum in the North. Go to the South. We have the Southwest Governors Forum. We have the South Governor Forum. We have the Southeast Governor Forum. There is no South Governor Forum in the South. Go check. In the North, they have their small social political groups, but they now have the Arawa Political Forum or the Arawa Consecutive Forum. Do we have that in the South? No. We have the Oduduwa or the Afenifere. We have the Indibo. Then we have the South Forum. There is no unifying umbrella in the South. How can you speak in one voice when you are not united? How can you speak in one voice when you all are not sitting down to discuss and come out with a economic call? How can it be possible when you all are not doing what you are expected to do? This is the problem, brothers. This is the problem, sisters. We need to share this video. We cannot continually pretending. We cannot continually pretending that things are okay in this country. For us to have a better Nigeria, we need a united South. Breaking Nigeria is not the solution. I promise you. It's not the solution. It's not the solution. We just needed a united South that can compare or compete with the United North. Then we can be able to make demands, not individually now. We cannot make the demand as one entity. There the battle can be won. There the fight will be easier to be won. Not what we have right now. But what we have right now, we go nowhere. Fact. We go nowhere. We go nowhere. With what we have now, we go nowhere. As a nation and as a people. So I leave this to you guys to dwell on today. We'll continue to dwell on this. You can have your iPod, it's okay. You can have your Duduwa, it is okay. You can have your NAIJA data, it is okay. But also have a united forum where the entire South will speak in one voice, just like it is in the North. Anytime the North is addressing, they come with Arewa forum. They speak from Arewa. But when the South is addressing, the Southwest will speak, the South will speak, the Southeast will speak. And most of the time, their press statements are not same. You see, there is no way you can defeat a united people. People that understand the purpose, why they are there. That is what people might say. The North are more politically conscious than the South. That is why you see betrayal. People talk about betrayal, they start at betrayers. You can only betray one who is not united. You only betray a man that is not united. You can only betray one that is not united, sir. Man. You can only betray one that is not united. Only one person that is not united. Only one person that is not united. But a united entity is difficult to betray. So this level of betrayal we talk about today is just because we are not united as a people. So definitely, we must get this. This betrayal will come in because they've already divided us. So they can easily bring the people in and put money in their hand. Let me also shock you. Do you know, in these last 3 weeks of NSAS protests, this is where the South has gotten the highest number of unity. In that protest ground, there was no Igbo, there was no Hausa, nobody. They were one united youth. DJ Swish, who stood out, reporting live in the line of shooting. She's not a Yoruba. She defended many people that were not even from her tribe. But she sees herself as a united youth. AY, Commander AY, who told them, just come and kill me. What am I living for? Kill me just the way you have killed my fellow youth. It's not a Yoruba, but it's a united youth. The lack of Davido who came up and said, boy should resign. Kill us all. We are ready to die. He's not an Igbo man, but he's a united youth. There was no division. Akporo was there. Agoda was there. All these people came to speak their mind as a united nation, not as an individual entity. This is where we need to start understanding where we are going to as a people. Like I said, Buhari has always been a bad boy. Go read his history. He killed more Igbos during the war than anybody. Go read the 1976 coup. He was involved. The 1967 coup, the reprisal coup, Buhari was involved. The coup that took away Gowon from government, Buhari was involved. The coup that took away Murtala Mohammed from government, Buhari was involved. The coup that took away Shehu Shagari from government, Buhari was involved. And what were his reasons? What was his reasons all through? Buhari's reason was corruption. He jailed many people in the Southwest. He jailed many people in the Southeast. He jailed many people in the South of today, the then Midwest region or Bender State. But he allowed every Northerner to walk freely. Buhari had always been a bad boy. During Abacha time, they made him the Minister of Petroleum. No, it was the chairman of Petroleum Trust Fund that was created by General Abacha to develop the entire Nigeria. Buhari only concentrated in the northern part of Nigeria. Buhari had always been a bad boy. There was a time, I think in Ondo or thereabout, I forgot the state, where headmen were killed. Buhari led a delegate all the way from the north to come and warn the governor of the state over what he felt had happened to his fellow not a man. Buhari had always been a bad boy. During the time that Boko Haram started, Buhari says Jonathan was killing the north, depopulating the north because of election. He says, why would Jonathan not give the north Boko Haram amnesty as he gave as their brother, Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, gave the south amnesty? He supported the atrocities that was being committed by the north. Buhari had always been a bad boy. When he lost the election, before he lost the first election, he told the north, never vote for a Southerner, never vote for a Christian, because they will not have your interest at heart. Buhari had always been a bad boy. When he came out and felt like he didn't win, in 2014, he made it very clearly to the South, if I don't win this election, the monkeys and baboons will be soaked in blood. Buhari had always been a bad boy. Buhari said during the Sharia time in Zamfara, he said, what is the business of the South with the law in the North? That was it the Shatta and they were cutting away? He said in that very particular statement that if he had the opportunity, he will make the entire Nigeria to practice Sharia law. Buhari had always been a bad boy. He came into government in 2015. The first thing he did, he made all the service chiefs in Nigeria, the military service chief in Nigeria, to be from the northern extraction. And not just that, they were all 95% Fulanis. Buhari had always been a bad boy. When he came in again, they lifted them and replaced them with the northerner of the Muslim extraction. Buhari had always been a bad boy. So when you talk about a man called Buhari, know his antecedents and what he had done through his time. Buhari is the only man that sentenced someone to 600 years imprisonment. 600 years imprisonment. He sentenced Professor Folarunsho Ali to 600 years imprisonment. Buhari had always been a bad boy. And for the Nigerians, who are still supporting this man, who are still supporting these murderers, I have this for you. If your president was a man that have a soul, I I expected him to have addressed the nation the very day that the protest started. And also to have addressed the nation when that genocide or massacre, not tagged the Lekki Gate massacre, took place, even if he was part of it or not. The Constitution made him to have come up and address the nation. When Mali had a coup, it was the first that gave the Malians an ultimatum to hand over power to the democratic government, to the democratic government. All the ECOWAS and the AAU will come after them. When George Floyd was killed in America, Muhammadu Buhari tweeted against the police brutality in America. When there was bomb shot in Palestine, Muhammadu Buhari tweeted and sent condolences to the people of Palestine. But when the same happened in his own country, where his own men were out killing the people, he kept mute, saying nothing. And when he decided to come out, he decided to threaten us with brimstones, with fire. That is Buhari for you. He had always been a bad boy. If your left president was a man that has a soul, I expected him to have addressed the nation since yesterday morning on the killing and genocide at Lekki Toll Gate, now known as Lekki Massacre. And when he did, he never made much talk about the massacre. This is painful. This is outrageous. This is not workable. It is a pity that the president didn't say anything about the investigation of the genocide. Yemen, Southern Nigeria. What took place in Lekki was a genocide attempt. We should not be baboozed. We should not be deceived. It was a genocide attempt. Putting off the light, taking away all the security cameras, and began to shoot. Buhari had always been a bad boy. He had time to have a meeting with those useless, selfish, demonic security chiefs and his heartless governors. And the demonic pastor called Osibanjo, without making any reference to the death of his citizens by his hired assassin called Army. Because Buhari had always been a bad boy. Buhari had been a bad boy from the beginning. We won the nation in 2015. Never to allow him to return based on what he had done and said and supported in the past. But many greedy Southern Nigerians who sees themselves as the majority decided to force him on us. And today the rest is story. The entire nation is crying. The North are weeping. The South are weeping. Nothing is working. We were the best nation in Nigeria. Today, we are now the worst in the world. Before now, we were the fastest growing economy in the world. Today, we have nowhere. Before now, we are the most happiest people in the world. Today, we are nowhere. Before now, we were not the capital of poverty in the world. Today, we are. Buhari had always been a bad boy. In 1983, when Buhari came, it created an avenue that Nigeria became. That was the beginning of the diminishing of the Nigerian currency. It was in his time that we have, where people land up to buy milk, where people land up to buy sugar. It has been part of his life. It was also in 1983 that the first recession in Nigeria took place. It was under the regime of Buhari. He had always been a bad boy. The NSAS movement was born out of frustration. The NSAS movement was born out of frustration. Brutal killing of our youths who wanted to rise and be like the children of the criminal leaders. How can you expect, you say, a child that is 30 years old cannot buy a car of 7 million, but a son of a criminal can ride a car of 50 million? Is that not wickedness? Is that not criminal-minded people? NSAS movement was born out of cost of living, where the gap between the rich and the poor, called the middle class, have been destroyed by these armed robbers called politicians. The NSAS movement was not about all brutality alone. It was about the high rate. Can you imagine, in the midst of COVID-19, where other states, other nations, we are trying to find a way to reduce the pressure on their people? Buhari increased the price of fuel. Buhari increased the price of electricity. And everything in Nigeria skyrocketed. In 2015, the bag of rice was sold at 8,000 naira. In 2020, a bag of rice is sold at 41,000. Over 600% increase in 5 years. That is the footprint of General Muhammadu Buhari. The NSAS movement was born out of bad governance that we have experienced since our generation were born. Having traveled all around the world and hearing what others are saying about our nation and its word, we felt we must not disappoint our children by allowing them to pass through what we went through. Many of the protesters, they decided to fight not because they were jobless. Many of the protesters, they went to do, they said, I will not want my child to pass through what I went through. The Nigeria of our dream is a Nigeria where the son or the daughter of a nobody can become somebody without the help of anybody. A Nigeria that we want is where the son or the daughter of a nobody can become somebody without the help of anybody. That is our fight. Buhari had always been a bad boy. On the 20th of October 2020, we as the future Nigerians and the leaders of tomorrow sat together demanding what is ours, since they have refused to give it to us according to their fraudulent document they called the Constitution. We sat at Lekki toll gate in Lagos without even killing a fly. I remember we caught some criminals in our midst. We handed them over to the police, and the few that were beaten, we treated them before handing them over. What crime did we commit that the government of Buhari will rain bullets on us like it did on that day? Buhari had always been a bad boy. I watched him laughing when the Lagos State governor was giving him the 5 of 5 demands of the youth. I wonder what was going through the mind of that. I wonder what was going through his mind at that moment. Thinking the youth were not serious or we were joking. He thought this was the youth that will always run inside anytime the police comes out to stop them from protesting. He never knew that this set of youth are gone above that and decide to make a change and redirect the course of a new Nigeria. I know by now that smile on his face would have turned into tears, having seen the destruction that had happened all over the country because of his lack of leadership quality. Buhari had always been a bad boy. Goodluck Jonathan once said, and I quote, when I leave office, you people will remember me for the freedom of speech that you enjoyed. Today we are saying our great hero of our time, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Many of the people that voted against you, they are secretly crying today that they made a mistake by allowing this non-direction leader to take over the government of the day. You have been proved right. Many of us believe you then, except some few who refuse to accept your humility, was all about democracy. Today we are saying we are sorry for not trusting you that much. You told us that Buhari will take us back to the evil days. We never believed. Today it is clear that a leopard can never change his color. Buhari had always been a bad boy. He killed the Shiite Muslim, and no one questioned him. He lost up their leaders. No one asked him because we call it a religious battle. He went after the IPOB and killed them in numbers, yet no one asked him any question. And he thought that he has now become a Superman, but not knowing that the entire youth weren't carried along. That was why when the NSAS protest started, he had at his mind that same tactics will be workable. And my question to God that gives him that advice, my question is to those that give him such an advice. How market today? Buhari had always been a bad boy. Your best partner in crime was chased out of France yesterday and ran to London. And we have just discovered where he is. And we, the youth of our generation, are going to chase him out back to Nigeria. His son was attacked in London yesterday. And if you think we, the youth, does not know where your family lives abroad, then you are not as smart as we taught you to be. Buhari had always been a bad boy. Our generation was called lazy youth by you in an international podium, all because we wanted to obey the old African culture of respect for elders. But now, we have decided to throw that respect into the garbage and tell you that we are no more lazy youth, as you have taught, because Buhari had always been a bad boy. We are not asking for much. All we want is for you and your likes to resign. Pack your bags and return to retirement home. That we are ready to build for you guys. We have done much for you all by allowing you to fulfill all your desires and also helping you all to train your children in the best schools all over the world. So it is time that you take it is time that your lives step aside and allow us to have a fresh air as a nation. Buhari has always been a bad boy. We have vowed not to allow the blood of our great heroes to be in vain, because in their dying bed, we promised them that we'll fight to make Nigeria a better place, so that wherever they will be proud that the ultimate price they paid was not in vain. Buhari had always been a bad boy. We will not go into war, but yet we will not allow business as usual to continue. We have refused to be intimidated. We have refused to be bullied into submission. This is a cause that its time has come, and not even all the military forces in Nigeria can stop us this time, because Buhari had always been a bad boy. My fellow youth, let not destroy government properties. Let not destroy government-owned properties. Let not destroy companies that is employing us as youth. It will be difficult for us in the future when we will have taken away all these criminals from power. The cost of building them back will bear in us. We will not bear the bond of putting back everything that we have destroyed. I am pleading with you, let this protest be peaceful. Stand on your 505. Do not, for whatsoever reason, sir. Do not, for whatsoever reason, sir, decided to continue in the destruction of lives and property. Let me speak to my Yoruba brothers in Lagos. It is not the Igbos that was involved in that destruction. It is the anger of the youth. It is the Nigerian youth that went into a rampage. Some of them, the festival of youth, were actually sponsored by the government in order to discredit a peaceful protest that has lasted over 2 weeks without nobody being injured. Let us unite and force out these crops of armed robbers come 2023 with our PVC. The only way we can make a change is when we unite as a people. The only power that we have today is your vote. Let us vote them out. Do not say your vote come 2023. Vote for the right people. Not vote for criminals. Vote for people that you know can take Nigeria to the next level. Even if they don't have the money. Even they don't have the money. Believe in what they have. Let your vote count. Let your voice be heard. Let this war be a war of PVC, not a war of bullet and gun. We, the youth, all over diasporas, are calling for the resignation of all the chief of staff with immediate effect. And they should be replaced with competent people, not trouble on the politics employment or replacement. These have become the hallmark of Buhari government. Tribalism, favoritism, nepotism have become the order of Buhari government. That is not what we are asking. Put the right people that we know has the intellectual capability to design crime and bring about solution. Buhari has always been a bad boy. In the history of Nigeria, there's no where in Nigeria history that Buhari has performed nothing good. We all know what they call the unknown soldiers also happened in Buhari regime. We all know the 25 suitcases that was filled with money happened in Buhari regime. Everything about that guy had always been under controversy. We as the South must be united. Our forests have been taken over by Fulanis. What are they doing in the forest? United South will change the situation of things in Nigeria. We'll break the yoke, we'll liberate ourselves, and we'll become victory at the end as a nation. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Tomorrow, we're going to have the Zoom meeting continuing by 11 o'clock Europe time. Please be alert. Let us come and brainstorm on a better Nigeria. If you want to get that, you can DM me on my WhatsApp or on my Facebook. God bless you guys. I've been on this seat since 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I need to go take some fresh air, get some food to eat, refresh myself, get stronger for you tomorrow. Bye. We move.